All
Hi,
right.
friends. Yeah.
Sorry.
Come. No worries. Come. Let's go, Wesley.
Okay, well, yeah, lah, because we're excited already, ma. Okay, so everybody, welcome. Welcome to our Sales and Marketing Breakthrough Week, Volume 3. All right, so here we have here today, my name is Wesley, and we have...
Lawrence. Hi.
Okay, so you take it from there, bro.
Okay. So, thank you so much for having us again, having you again. Thank you for coming again.
Yeah.
And for those audience and who has been following my practice for since the early as the MCO and things like that, you have been learning, you have been joining us, you have been listening to a lot of our topics and etc. Thank you so much for the support. And we actually come into the hopefully the final week of MCO. Hopefully, and now it's definitely a lot of people are already back to work. So that's why I've discussed with Wesley that we this week onwards we're going to do volume 3.0. Is going to be so much about action. It's going to be so much about just do it, and we are not going to give any more tips. No more tips, no more motivation. It's just how you're going to do A, how you're going to do B, and how you're going to get C as your result. So today, I think we have a very interesting topic. I think for a lot of people that are actually doing sales or even business people, business owners, CEOs, even myself, sometimes we find it difficult. We find it very difficult to actually speak to strangers, to actually start calling people that may not know you very well. So, but it is important that you shared last week about how you cook a meat, how you cook the meat, how you make it hot, how you make people comfortable with you. And that's why we have you again today, because I felt that this is a very important topic, very, very important, because it's all about how to make the meat cooked and hot, how to make your cold contacts, to be very comfortable with you. And then slowly you move into how to make appointments and how to do calls with them. So thank you so much again, Wesley. So I think this is a very important section. So I'm not going to speak so much at the moment. We're going to leave the Q&As. So for those who are following My Printers, please share this video so that more of your friends can learn about this. Wesley has been taking time to do this for free and is going to continue to do it for free. But of course, he has other classes. But I want to thank him again for spending the time. For those who are here, please share it with your friends, as many shares as possible. And I think this will definitely benefit your people, your friends, and your family. Yeah. So, Wesley, before we just go on into your section there where you can do your teachings, how is MCO doing for you at the moment?
MCO is okay. MCO is fine. As of now we have a 4.0, right? Is it 4.0?
Yes.
4.0. So right now, we are just doing normal at what we have done in 3.0. So I'm very glad that right now, so most of my clients are more receptive towards virtual learning program.
Yeah.
Started closing more deals, getting more inquiries, and customizing more needs towards my client. Just that I think yesterday was day one, like the conditional MCO. I think still some people are sorting some things here and there. But I think it's a positive sign that business can start to operate, and I look forward to after MCO being lifted. Yeah.
Yeah. So how have you seen this landscape will change in terms of training? I mean, do people look forward to offline trainings again, or they are actually now asking your advice on, hey, let's do it even after MCO or after COVID? I'm still going to do it, online. How is it at the moment?
There are some people who still wish things go back to normal and say, hey, so I think it's time for us to get back into the physical live class. To be very honest, I think with the social distancing procedures coming in mind, I think can still do live physical workshop, but I think the constraint of limited number of participants, probably less than 10, less than 15. So with that being said, even though you put like 15 people, then you're going to split them, sit in like those exam SBM classroom, 1 meter here and there. So I think there'll be restrictions. My personal belief, I would like to think that the way to go is blended learning, which means you do physical class, then you do online coaching, then you do like some catch up again, then you meet again physical, so then you go on virtual learning again. In fact, if you ask me, speaking of which as a trainer, I like virtual class. It's not because I can get to train at home. It's because when virtual class, right, you can remove those icebreakers, those energizers, and go straight to the point. Where you straight talk about strategy. Okay, 1 hour finish. Okay, next time we meet again. Okay, let me go and debrief. We do facilitation. Okay, then we teach again. Then we facilitate. So it's very hands-on if you ask me. So I quite look forward to your training. Yeah.
Personally, I feel that I don't want to miss the icebreaker. I feel that it's very important because that's where people get sleepy most of the time. And I think, well, there are some pros and cons. But before we go into your session, I really want to ask this one question that I think is very relevant to today's session, right? So
Yeah.
because of this MCO 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, so actually this has actually affected us from going out. It means that affected us from meeting up with new friends, like how we used to, right? We make appointments, we write emails, and then we say, hey, let's meet up in the office. So how has this actually affected your work in making new friends? I'm talking about those making new. I mean, those who are familiar with you, have your mobile number, you can just continue to use your WhatsApps and whatever that you have. But what about those people that have not met you before?
I think it's a good opportunity. Specifically for this Facebook Live, we have been doing for so many days, so it's been really
Yeah.
helpful. And I have met a lot of new friends along this journey because of the number of lives that we have done, number of videos I post on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. So meeting people is no longer a challenge. Maybe last time and say, hey, let's set an appointment. I'm not free, but right now, everybody can still meet online. Maybe you can't set the appointment. Some people are busy, but they can still see you online. So if you ask me, it's a good chance to engage with people online, be it watching a video, be it like having a call. I still like to think that plenty of opportunities. Yeah.
I think this is very important. So that's why we have you today. Again, I hope that you will enjoy yourself as well, not just the people who are learning, people who are actually imparting knowledge to us. I hope that you can enjoy yourself. And for those friends who are watching, please continue to share this. I think this will definitely benefit a lot of people. And then it's easy said to be done because it's sometimes when it's with cold calls, strangers, it is very difficult to actually take the first step. So I hope that our audience today will share this video, and then you can always leave your questions at the comment section. Then when Wesley's presentation is done, we will going to be open for Q&A session. So Wesley, I think I've done enough introduction, and you do not need any more introduction, especially on MyPrintis platform. So I'll pass this time over to you.
All right, thank you very much. And for those of you watching right now, I want to thank you for your time. So now I'm given the next privilege to share with you some very detailed strategy when we talk about converting sales call. How do we convert people into appointment in less than 3 minutes? So in this episode here, I'm going to walk you through some basic principles, and I'm going to walk through how do we structure our sales call. Now, so everybody, for those watching you right now, so I want to communicate with you. I'm watching over different page right now, some in your personal page, some through MyPrintis. So first of all, can I get you to say hi? Because perhaps I want to pick some of your examples, and perhaps I can also help you to craft your winning converting sales call. So let me just take this time with you. So can you all please comment? Just say hi to me so I know you're watching this Facebook Live right now. And I'm going to pick a few examples from our audience here today, and I will perhaps help you to craft your sales call. All right, so let's begin, and I hope to see your highs coming in very soon. All right, good. So here we go. All right, so I've also prepared some slides in order to guide you in doing a converting sales call. At the end of the day, the main purpose of doing a sales call is at the end of the day, we are able to set the sales appointment. So let me just repeat this one more time. Every single thing which I will share with you is based on this one principle. The reason of doing a sales call is to set the sales appointment. Now, let me tell you why. My buyers believe it is very hard to sell over the phone, especially for those of you here, if you do B2B and if you do high-ticket B2C. High-ticket B2C, which means the customer requires a longer thinking process, a longer decision-making process. So hence, high-ticket B2C and B2B. This technique will work very, very well for you. So the purpose of doing a sales call is to set the appointment. So we've got friends here today. Also, we've got Zishan. Hi. Tasmini. Jana is here today. Hi. We got over here, we have Charles. Hi, Charles. Eldon. Eldon, thank you so much for joining. All right, so here we go. So the purpose of doing a sales call is to set the sales appointment. So let me just type it there. The purpose is to always set the sales appointment. Now, why is it so important? Because at the end of the day, your sales call must be very targeted. No matter they reject you or they throw you an objection or just say they're not interested, you will always want to divert back and you say, you know what, it's not that you're not interested. Perhaps would you be keen to explore? Why don't we speak to you again some other time? So your purpose of a sales call is to arrange for the sales appointment. So here we go. So when we come at this, right? So once we understand the purpose of a sales call, so right now, how do we do the sales call? Which is what I'm going to share with you in my next 10 minutes. I will run through with you my structure on how I design my sales call. And I've never done this on live before. I've only done it for my close group, right? So because of Lawrence, I come here today and I share you my trick secrets that I use this continuously on how I convert my clients. And therefore, I'm going to review you my secrets of doing a converting sales call to an appointment. So if you're ready, everybody, I want you to comment yes at the comment section right now. All right, so with that, let me just share with you on screen. So I'm very excited to share this with you here. Okay, so I'm having my screen right here over here. I'm having my screen. All right, good. So here right now, this is my screen. And so in my next 5 minutes or 10 minutes or so, I will be walking you a simple formula on how we can structure our sales call. And again, the reason of doing a sales call is to set the appointment. All right, so let's get started. So these are the 6 principles which you must have in doing a converting sales call. So a converting sales call means the sales call that sets the sales appointment. No matter they say interested, no matter they say, I'm not interested lah, expensive lah, buy before lah, never heard before. Your job is to just propose, why not we speak again? Why not? Is it okay if we talk some other time, right? So your job is to set the sales appointment. Let me tell you why this is so important. Because at the end of the day, it is very hard to sell over the phone because sometimes people are distracted, sometimes people are busy. And again, I'm referring this to a high ticket B2C of higher value products that require longer thinking process, and also to B2B clients. This would work very well for you. All right, so let me share this with you. So a normal sales call, a converting sales call, number 1 is greetings, and very short, straight to the point greetings. Then we will do a very quick introduction about yourself, quickly jump to the reason of why you're calling them, ask them questions, make them answer yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Then you answer with, that's exactly why I'm here today. Then you pitch 1-2 sentences about your product. Then you will say things, you know what? It's very hard to speak over the phone. That's the reason why I want to suggest to you an appointment that I can share with you more. So these are the 6 steps that I use in my sales call. These are the 6 steps that will help you to convert your sales appointment. Now, just some results that I have. With the right target audience, my conversion can go 50 to 70%. Same goes to my sales team that I have. Once you have the right target audience, you can even convert people 50 to 70% to a sales appointment, provided the right target audience. So that's what we're going to talk about right now. So now, the first thing that you're going to talk about is this. Let's say today, the subject is Lawrence. All right, let's say today, the subject is Lawrence. Okay, so say, hi, good morning, Lawrence. How are you? Now, you see, the word I say, good morning, Lawrence. How are you? 1 sentence. And what I recommend is the first 4 seconds of a sales call is super important. So never pick up a call with a very slacky voice, which means what, right? So never pick up a call and say, hi, good morning, how are you? So this is how not to do a call. So pick up the call and say, good morning, Lawrence, how are you? So you must always have an upbeat, open, excited voice. Now the key is this. If you want to do a successful sales call, always ensure that when you pick up the call, you're smiling when you're talking. Okay, so let me tell you why. Because when I'm smiling and talking, right, you will hear that my voice is very different. So I say, good morning, Lawrence, how are you? So short, simple, sharp, straight to the point, upbeat, excited, friendly, and open. So the next thing is people are like, huh? Who are you? Now, the next thing is a good thing for us to practice. Are you free to talk now? Get them to commit into a yes or a no. Now, if they say yes, good. My purpose already being achieved. Because why? Are you free to talk now? In a sales call, you want them to say as many yes as they can. So they say, good morning, Lawrence, how are you? Are you free to talk now? They say yes, good. They say no, then you trigger. Okay, it's okay if you're not free. So what time can I call you back? So your response must be very fast. One of the common mistakes in a lot of people is that when they say no, people say, hey, are you free to talk now? No. So they get jammed, they get stunned. So always be very fluid, always have a flow, and I'm going to share with you here the entire structure. Good morning, Lawrence, how are you? Great. So are you free to talk now? Perfect. My name is Wesley. I help salespeople double their sales under 12 months. Short, simple, and sharp. My name is, I help target audience achieve outcome. So straight to the point. Now, for those of you here, why not? I want to communicate with you. So can I get little activity that I want to do with you right now? So for those of you here, you're watching this, can you also comment what do you sell? So that I can pick some of your examples here. So can you please comment what do you sell so that I can know your examples? I can pick some of your examples here today. All right. So let me know what do you sell, and later I can pick your example too. Now, I say, hi, my name is Wesley. I help salespeople double their sales under 12 months. One sentence. You don't have to tell how many years of experience. You don't have to tell what product you have. Straight one-liner, and then you do this. The reason I'm calling you today is because I would like to introduce you my ABC program. Straight to the point. The reason I'm calling you today is because of ABC. Straight to the point. Now, here is the killer of a converting sales call. Once they talk, all right, once they say, the reason I call you today, Lawrence, is because I want to introduce you now this special webinar to help you to gain your sales. Before they say anything, you straight away trigger question. Now, a good sales call will always be a pendulum effect, which means you talk, you ask them question, get them to talk, you ask them, you talk again, you get them to talk. So a good converting sales call is when you have a two-way communication. So here's the point. One of the biggest mistakes a lot of people say, Lawrence, can I ask you a few questions? When you're asking that, you are already asking questions. So I don't recommend to use, can I ask you a few questions? Because very obvious, you are asking them question. I like to use this pattern called just before I continue. Now, here is the exciting part. Once you say just before I continue, then you follow up with 3 questions. Now, why 3 questions? Let me tell you how I design my sales call. Neutral question 1, neutral question 2, and leading question. Okay, so what is a neutral question 1, neutral question 2? Neutral question means you ask questions that trigger a yes or a no. And chances are it's just in a very neutral scale, which means, right? So let's say today, so let me just look over the phone if I can pick example, because I can't see the screen right there, so I basically can't see your comments. So I gotta go through my phone. Just give me a second. Okay, tell you what, easy. Let's go to my parentheses. As you're also learning along the way, right? Let me just. Okay, so here we have right now. Okay, so different investment too. So I can get Zishan example. So let's say Zishan is selling investment tool. So your neutral question can be, just before I continue, do you do investment, sir? Get them to say yes or a no. They say yes or a no, doesn't matter. Continue the next question. Neutral question 2, which means you follow up by asking another neutral question. For example, so do you invest in equity or unit? Do you invest in equity or fixed deposit? Let them answer a yes or a no. Again, neutral question 1, neutral question 2. So in this case, Zishan. So the rest of you here, perhaps I want you to comment. You can comment as well. What do you sell? So I can pick your examples along the way. Okay, good. So neutral question 1, just to trigger a yes or a no. Neutral question 2 is just to do a follow-up of a neutral question 1. So if you got more examples for me, I can help you to craft your sales call. Let me just check it up right there. I have Charles Eldon. Okay, so Charles Lee, payroll software. So that I can say payroll software. Interesting. I may not exactly know what you sell, but let me just give it a try. So Charles can say, now just before I continue, the first question can be, do you manage your payroll in-house or external? They let them answer. Second question can be, in this case, are you doing it offline or online? So it can be very simple. Simple question, given a 2, A or B, 1 or a 2. Now, another example by Vincent Liang. Vincent Liang can say, first question of neutral question number 1 can be, hi, just before I continue, Vincent, are you looking to invest now or in the future? In the future. So in the future, do you prefer a landed or high rise? High rise. Just like that. Another example from Dian Chuan. Hope I get your name right. VR software customization. So the first question can be, now, have you ever heard of VR before? Let them say yes or a no. Second question can be, Do you currently have a VR in place for your business? Then to say yes or a no. Now, the next one will be a leading question. A leading question, normally you can say the word is like, have you heard of A, B, C? Now, let's say for example, back there, Zishan example, you talk about investment tool. Okay, maybe Zishan. Neutral question number one. Oh, sir, do you currently invest? Yes or a no. Number two, in this case, do you invest in equity or fixed deposit? Good. Now, have you ever heard of a bond before? Oh, you know what, Adrian? That's exactly why I'm calling here today. Because what I have here today, we have just recently launched a new financial product to help people to invest during crisis. You know what? It's very hard for me to talk over the phone. And don't worry, I'm not here to sell. I would just like to share with you on this to help you to invest during crisis. To be honest with you, I'm not too sure whether this can help you or not. And that's the reason why I would like to suggest to you, why not? We have another quick call for 15 minutes and I can share with you more on this product, on how it can benefit you. At the end of that call, you let me know whether it helps or not. So what I've just done is this. I ask a leading question. They say yes or they say no. My answer is just, that's exactly why I'm calling you today. So let's pick another example right there. Let's pick another example from Charles. Charles, you're doing payroll software. Example. Leading question one. Okay, so payroll means, so sir, just curious, right? Are you doing your payroll in-house or external? In-house. So are you doing this offline or online? Oh, online. Interesting. Now, have you heard of the ABC software before? They say yes or they say no. You just say, that's exactly why I'm calling you here today. Because recently, we have just launched a new payroll software exactly to help business owners to turn from offline to online in terms of the payroll. And the reason why it can help you, because right now, we even have the MDEC TSB grant, and that's exactly why I would love to share with you on how to turn offline into online in terms of payroll. You know what, Charles? It could be very hard for me to talk over the phone, and that's exactly why I would suggest, right? Why not we have another conversation, and I can share with you more for the next 15 minutes, and I can share with you more how this software works. Don't worry, I'm not here to sell. After the call, you let me know whether you're interested or not. So is it okay if you set for an appointment? I'm looking at my calendar right now. Perhaps, are you okay with sometime around Friday or Thursday? So then you do for a CTA. So whatever they say, you want to suggest the appointment, suggest the sales appointment. The sales appointment can be done online because now we are practicing social distancing, and you turn it into an appointment. Now, another example, let's say we get Vincent. Okay, Vincent is an interesting example. Vincent can be like, okay, so Vincent, in this case, just before I continue, Vincent, are you currently looking for invest now or in the future? Oh, in the future. In this case, in the future, right, do you plan to invest in high-rise or landed? Oh, landed. Now, just out of curiosity, have you heard of the ABC project before? Vincent, that's exactly why I'm calling you here today. Because recently about this project, right, is exactly to help people to invest during crisis. But don't worry, Vincent, I'm not here to sell you. The reason I'm doing this call because I would like to introduce you on how this project can help you to earn positive investment during crisis. It's very hard to talk over the phone. Why not? I recommend, the next time, probably I can share the next 15 minutes and I can present to you, and then you let me know whether this helps you or not. So I'm looking at my calendar right now, Vincent. Why not we talk about setting the appointment sometime end of this week? Is it okay for you? Great. What about after lunch? Perfect. Good. All right, good. I'm looking at around 2:30 p.m. Is it okay for you, Vincent? Perfect. So in this case, 2:30 p.m., I'm looking at Friday, and I'll drop you a message after this, and I will be sharing with you how this project can help you. So thank you very much, Vincent, and I will see you on Friday. Until then, bye-bye. Boom. That's what you do, right? So that's what we do. So another example, Dian Chuan, VR software customization. So what you can do again, have you heard of VR before? Maybe neutral question number 2, have you used that in your company before? Number 3, maybe have you heard of the ABC VR before? And that's exactly why I'm calling you here today, because I want to share with you on how VR can help to increase customer attraction at the same time for you to give a better customer experience. Now, you know what? It is very hard for me to talk over the phone. So that's the reason why I would like to suggest the next appointment in order for me to share with you the benefits of VR and how to transform your company. I'm looking at my calendar. Okay, boom. Then you set the calendar, right? So that's what you do. Okay, so exciting. Okay, so let's get more examples right there for those of you here. If you comment what business you do, probably I can illustrate these examples over your business. Let me just check back on this page right now. Let's go to my printers one more time. Good. Nadia, marketing campaign. So you can say things like neutral question number one. You can say like, okay, just before I continue, is your company doing marketing in-house or external? Have you ever done marketing programs online before? Good. Have you ever heard of the ABC marketing campaign before? No. Great. That's exactly why I'm calling you here today, Nadia. Because the reason why we specialize in helping businesses to do marketing campaigns from offline to online with more reach, with less cost. You know what, Nadia? It's very hard for me to talk over the phone, and that's exactly why I would like to suggest to you, probably we can have another conversation, and I can share with you for around 15 minutes on how this campaign can benefit you. Now, don't worry, I'm not here to sell. You let me know at the end of this 15 minutes call whether it can benefit you or not. Deal? Great. So I'm looking at my calendar right now. Why not sometime early next week, if that's okay for you? I'm looking at around Monday. Is that okay? Good. Monday, what about 10 a.m.? Perfect. All right, so 10 a.m., I'm going to give you a call. We just speak for the quick 15 minutes, and you let me know at the end whether this is something you're looking for or not. All right? So thank you so much for your time, Nadia. I'll speak to you next Monday, 10 a.m. Bye-bye. Boom. That's how you do it, right? So that's how I do a converting sales call. So these are the examples on how you translate a sales call: greeting, introduce, reason, 3 questions, pitch, and CTA. So this is a structure that I use for me to do a converting sales call. Very effective for those of you who do B2B and high ticket B2C. All right, so with that, I'm going to just end this structure right here. I'm going to bring over Lawrence, and then I open any one of you here who have Q&A for me. All right, so let me just stop the screen share. All right, so good. Let me just stop the screen share right now. So, which I don't know why I'm still seeing my screen share. All right, good. Okay, so let's bring over Lawrence. Okay, good. You're done.
Yeah, thank you so much for the very short insight, and I think it's very practical. I think the key word here is practical. So, and I think even my team are learning from you today and tonight. So maybe I already got some questions here on my own page. So I just want to ask you the very first question. So this, you have done a very good structure, a presentation and things like that. Actually, but what is the first? How do we first get over the fear? I think this is the first thing, right? You have the structure, you have you know what to do, you have the knowledge. But what would be a way to actually, reduce the fear of, because sometimes when we call somebody, suddenly we forget everything. Whatever that you teach just now, we have forgotten, question 1, question 2, question 3. So how do we overcome fear in talking to new friends?
Okay, so the interesting part, okay, so just give me some time. I'm typing the steps out. Yeah, Lawrence, just give me some time. Yeah. So we're going to talk about a pitch, a short one, and then we're going to talk about step 6 right there on the screen. I'm typing right now as we speak. Step 6 is CTA. Sure. You want to suggest the appointment. Okay, so good question. A lot of people have fear of rejection, fear of failure.
Yeah.
And it's very normal. It's a real fear that a lot of salespeople have. So okay, based on my experience training salespeople, the reason why they are fear of doing a sales call is because they are afraid of taking objections, not rejection. Because if I don't know how to answer, then I get rejected. A lot of people are not prepared to take objection. Now, if you ask me, objection comes in only 3 kinds. We call financial, strategic, and personal. Okay, so what I mean by financial, strategic, and personal, all objections come in these 3 kinds. The first one is called financial. No money to invest, expensive. I don't have money right now. These are called financial. People cannot afford.
Yeah.
That's number 1. Number 2 is called strategic. I don't know how. I don't know how to invest. I don't know how to buy. I don't know how to do sales. Number 3 is called personal. I'm scared. I got fear. I do before, cannot work. So all objection comes in these 3 categories. Now, here's my take for you. I like people to object me over the phone because why? It gives me a chance to do an objection handling or diversion. Means what? Now, here's a short tip for all of you watching here today. And again, I come here, Lawrence, I give full value. These are the things I share in my paid class. I all out today, I really give all out. Later people will see and say, hey, yeah. Okay, so whatever objection people say, you respond with these 3 words. And it's called that's exactly why. I repeat this one more time. Whatever objection people say, you just respond, that's exactly why. Okay, Lawrence, give me an objection. Give me
I think I have no money to do this project, maybe.
Fantastic. Lawrence, you know what? That's exactly why I'm calling you here today. A lot of people here at first may think that they may not have the money to invest. But you know what? These projects specialize in helping people to invest with low cost. You know what, Lawrence? It's very hard for me to explain over the phone. Why not? I suggest the next call for 15 minutes. Don't worry, Lawrence. I'm not here to sell you. I'm just here to share with you on the benefits of this investment plan. Just a quick 15 minutes. Are you okay to explore this?
Okay. Yeah, of course. Sure. I thought I didn't know I should answer that. All right. Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah. So that's what. Okay. So whatever people say, of course, one of the things in doing objection is you got to get prepared. Okay. Back to the old school of doing sales. List down as many objections as you can, and then you develop all these objection and you train a way to handle the objection. What I used to do last time, I have scripts in my sales call. For those of you here, scripts work very well because why? Once you have scripts like this, so that you put the script, put on the earphone. Put on a earphone to do a sales call. Why? So that we can gestures our hand, we can stand up and we can move. So that it makes you loosen up a bit. Because if we just sit there very stiff and still and rigid, right? So then you become very kanchong, very nervous. So my recommendation, put on a earphone, stand up, walk around to do a sales call. So you can jump around and so. And again, one of the best practices, make sure you're able to smile over the phone. So let's say if I close the camera, right? Even if you're not seeing me, right? You know that I'm smiling. Because why? My voice is happy. So this is a voice that people find very hard to reject. Okay, so coming back to the question, doing a script is important. Number 2, have a list of possible objections. So back a few years ago when I first started doing sales, so I write down those small papers like that. So I used to put at the side. People say not enough money, I go and read this one. People say not the right time, I go and say this one. People say so I just read because why? If I have the script, my mind can focus on listening to them and can focus on my tonality. A lot of people here, when there's no script, right? Then the mind go haywire one. So then you're like, oh shit, don't know what to say. So having a script, even though it's old school, super important. Yeah, that's my tip for you.
I think this is very good tip. I have not done this before, but possibly I have not. I think there are times that I get stuck as well. But I think this is a very new tip that I've seen. But just to resonate with Natalie, not so easy to be pro like you. So I think that resonates with what I asked you just now. So it's not, you need time to actually, be trained for all these things and etc. So Wesley, now moving on. So you have actually answered about a little bit on why people object. The reason why people are scared is because they are scared of objection. They are scared of people saying no to them. So what are some very other than, of course, you have your scripts and etc. What are some very practical actions? Practical actions that can be done. That also, because so that we have to find a very fine line of trying to just continue to keep in touch, and also another fine line of being a nuisance. Some people, if they said, I have enough, you just stop calling me. I'm sure there are people who are like this. So how do we actually balance this?
All right. So so in terms of objection handling, when they give an objection, right, I will try 1 time. I will try 2 times. Maximum, I try 3 times. If they keep saying no, I will just say thank you very much for your time. Bye-bye. Boom. Done. Okay. You want to end nice. You want to start nice and end nice.
Yes.
So don't be like, cannot like, okay lah, bye-bye. Then it shows that you're really not a professional salesperson. So a good salesperson must be always very pleasant, because if they say no first time, never mind, you can call them again next time. Doesn't matter, right? So it's not nice to say, hi, good morning. Then even if they reject you, oh, it's okay. So yeah, thank you so much for your time, Lawrence. Take care and stay safe. Bye-bye. Boom. Can. So you want to start nice and end nice. The key is, okay, so the balance between, the question is the balance between setting the appointment and the balance avoiding being a nuisance.
Yes.
Okay, here's what I noticed. The winning thing about this script that I have is that you must start to get it right during the start, which means, good morning, Lawrence. How are you today? Perfect. Is it a good time to talk to you? So start well, ask question, get them to respond yes, no, yes, no. Lead them in the sales call. Chances are very rare starting well like this. Very rare they will cut your call in between so fast one. Chances are, if you follow this script right, if they even reject you, you get rejected asking the third question or the second question at that time.
Okay.
So the script itself is designed to answer people's inner thought, which means, right, okay, for example, Lawrence, I call you today. Nobody I call. Hey, Lawrence, how are you today? What's the first question in your mind?
What's the first question and answer?
So let's say today, I call you, stranger, I call you without a number that you know. I say, good morning, Lawrence. How are you? What's the first?
Fine.
Okay, good. What's the first question you have in your mind?
Who are you?
Who are you? Correct. That's why you say, are you free to talk now? My name is Wesley Chan. I help salespeople double their sales under 12 months. What's the next question you have in your mind?
What you call me for?
That's the reason why are you calling me? The reason I'm calling you is because I want to introduce you. So you already answer, hey, who are you? Why are you calling me? So the script is designed to answer people's inner dialogue. So they'll be like, oh. So that is designed to answer that. Yeah.
So the script is actually to answer people's inner dialogue. So I really like this. People's inner thoughts. So that they feel a little bit more comfortable, especially when it comes to calls from unknown person. So we have Tasmini that actually said ask you this question. I have tons of questions, so don't worry. We're gonna have a lot of. We have a great night tonight, but I'm going to address Tasmini's. Tasmini, thank you so much for being with us. I hope that you will continue to share this as well with your friends. So she has a question: how to follow up with clients that they don't even be able to give you a clear direction? Is there any other ways to approach them?
Yes. Normally, okay. Sales is very immediate. Sales call is very immediate. That means they pick up the phone. They have to they pick up the phone. They have to respond to you. I like sales call is because right, you can hear the voice and people can feel empathy because we get connected when there's more senses. So if I meet you face to face, I can touch you, shake your hand, better connection. Of course, cannot meet you face to face. I do over the phone. You can still hear my voice, but you just cannot touch me. So in this case, I don't recommend to keep calling them every single time. You can drop them a follow-up text. The text will be very simple. Now, even follow-up text, right? Make it short, simple, and nice. So if Tasmini is my client, I will say, hi, Tasmini, how are you? Dropping you this, okay, would like to touch base with you from a previous conversation. In one line. Now, why in one line? Here is how WhatsApp is being designed. If you put, hi, Tasmini, how are you? Enter. Would like to touch base with you? Enter. Based on a previous conversation, enter. What will happen is the WhatsApp notification will have ding, ding, ding. So when I check the message, right, wow, how come this person sent me so many messages at one time? You're desperate, is it? So when you send a WhatsApp follow message, you just say, hi, Tasmini, how are you? Would like to touch base with you from our previous conversation. In one sentence, enter in one message.
One message.
Just one message. So you can do that to follow up. So if they reply, then you can say, yeah, I just want to check with you based on, have you made any decision? So you can just straight away and just go and do that. Now, a lot of people here, common mistake. You know what they do? They're trying to be nice. Lawrence, how are you today? Have you eaten? How are you? Then people reply, but they find it very fishy. Because why? People's inner dialogue. You find me for what? So that's why the message is designed. Hi, Tasmini, how are you? Would like to touch base from our previous conversation. What did you answer? You answer their inner dialogue that says, why are you finding me? So when they read, oh, you find me to follow up. Okay, just continue. So that's a best practice in terms of following up.
Yeah, I think this is very important because we sometimes really make mistakes, but sometimes we didn't thought of writing certain things, and that's why we keep writing a few messages. But before I go to that, actually, that one is a very crucial question. Thank you, Nadia, for for coming up and watch this video. Please share it with your friends and share it with your family. I also have my note script. Without that, I can't survive. We have Smile Juan that says, "Oh, okay." I hope this okay means that you have learned something from Wesley. So thank you so much for being with us. Remember, keep sharing. We only have the last 10 minutes. I hope that you'll benefit more people out there. I have this question, Wesley.
Yep.
The younger generation people, right? The younger generation, the Zs, the millennials, not the old people like me. They actually like to text. They like to WhatsApp. They like to whatever apps that they have, but they actually start refraining, or even they don't really like to call. So what is your comment on that for doing sales, especially when you said trying to make appointments, trying to build your rapport with your clients or potential clients? How do you see this part on texting and calling?
Your job of texting is so that you can talk to them over the phone. You talk to them over the phone is so that you can meet them face to face. So text to change to a call to change to an appointment. So that is the stage. If you're only texting them, it's very hard to get understood because why? There's no human connection, not enough. Call alone may not be sufficient because people cannot feel you, cannot touch you. You need to evolve to a sales appointment. Texting is good, but it's not everything a sales approach. Text to a call to a meeting. So this is a process to go. Yeah.
I think this is a very good answer to all the young people out there who are watching this. I know you are so tech savvy, not like me. I take how many shots or how many long time to actually reply messages. This is a very timely advice. Text is just to connect, for you to arrange a call, and then when you call them, that's where you really connect with them to arrange for the follow-up discussion. Thank you so much, Wesley, for the answer. So follow up on this, Nadia has this question about what do you think is an acceptable waiting time to get response for any inquiries?
48 hours.
48 hours.
Within 48 hours is a normal practice I do. So what happened is that when I ask people and say, when can I get back to you? I let you know when I'm interested. So that is a very dangerous thing. So you don't say that. So for example, let's say, Lawrence, we do a role play. So when should I get back to you? So what do you say?
According to the rule or the normal? With the rule,
then you just say, I'll get back to you. Just say that. Just say
I'll get back to you.
Okay, that's exactly why I'm calling you. So in this case, you let me know when you're ready, and I will touch base with you 2 days from now. Is that okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. You can call me later.
You already say okay. You give me a permission to do a follow-up call 2 days from now. Yeah.
Now, this is very good. Okay, yes.
It doesn't matter. 2 days from now, they never give you the answer. It doesn't matter. Touch base with them. Touch base with them again 2 days. And just say, hey, Lawrence, how are you? Just a quick one. Just would like to touch base with you from a previous conversation. Have you made any decision so far? Then you say yes. Then you say yes or no. Now, it's okay. Don't worry. If you're not ready, it's entirely fine. Just let me know if you need any help. So in this case, perhaps I get back to you again probably next week. Perfect. So I hope that you stay safe at home, and bye-bye. Like that. So do the call, touch base. Again, touch base. Don't do another presentation because they already presented. Touch base, ask, decide already or not. Okay, you ready then ready? No? Not ready then it's okay. Then you do the next call. So here's the interesting thing. So it's all about keeping track of your sales activity.
I think this is very good because this is where they are informed of that. You will be calling them in the next 2 days. So for those who do that, don't forget to call them after 2 days. So don't you mention that I'll call you 2 days later, and then after that you sendiri yang forget to call. So Wesley, maybe I just want to address. Do you have any questions at your page? Before I address more questions here.
Oh, come. Yes, I have Charles. Charles, so sorry for taking some time. Charles, have a good. Charles say, millennials are no longer young men. Okay lah. In our dictionary, still young lah. I think they're like what 20s, 20s, late 20 probably. I think it's not a millennial thing, It's just that some people find it more comfortable texting. Also because a lot of them very scared to get rejected over the phone. Yeah. So that's why a lot of people resort in texting. Charles, I got one question, Lawrence. He said that how do you find the right people to call?
Yeah.
It's a very interesting topic. Charles, this may not be exactly what we covered here today, and I thought of just sharing you this. We want to call the hot contact first. Okay, what's called the hot contact? Hot contact are people whom you have connection, which means you got touch base with them recently. That means you're like got a certain kind of rapport already, right? And you want to call first the people whom are fulfilling your customer profile. So what's called a customer profile? They are your main target audience. Again, they are your main target audience. So you want to call people who are your main target audience and whom you feel that got a bit of connection, those kind one. Then you can do a sales call with them. So pick up the hot contact first, finish calling the hot, then you go through the warm contact. The one is like, okay lah. And the last one is a cold contact. So for those of you here who want to do a sales call, I highly recommend don't start with cold contact sales call first, because it will be a bit more fearful. Start with the one that hot. Hot means are the one who people opt in, they see, they opt in, they ask you, or people whom you got touch base before, never set an appointment. Yeah, so that you start with the hot contact first. That's my answer for you, Charles.
This is very good. And I saw Vincent just say, great. I think this is very good sharing, Wesley. So my next question is also going to be this, right? So there are different types of people. I think there's so many different types of personality tests as well. So of course, there are people like you that are so, so like our audience said just now, so pro and then have the experience, know what to do. So what are your advice for those people maybe who are more introvert, or maybe they do not really have, ideas, or they just can't. It's difficult for them to talk. It's some people are just difficult. So what are your some tips or maybe tricks or maybe even advice for these people? How they can learn how to be, more talkative?
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
I'm also learning, right? I'm very honored and glad you say I'm pro, but I'm still learning along the way.
Sure.
My strength of a sales call is I'm very fluid. Fluid means what? You say yes, you say no, I got one answer for you. You say now, you say later, you say yes or no, you say one or two, I got one answer to get back to you. Even before you think, you're like, oh yeah, these are swift. We call it swift, we call it very fluid. It's called very flexible. And I thought of just sharing this because a sales call will need you to be very fluid and very fast, which means they say yes or no, you have an answer in mind. How to practice that fluidity, the liquidity, is again coming back to the basic. You write down the script, work out. They say yes, do what. They say no, do what. They say yes, do what. They say no, do what. So when doing your call, right, you're just tracking. You say yes, I go to 1. You say no, I go to 3. It's all about practicing that. No hidden magic, no shortcut. It's all about going back into practice mode. When I first learned practice this, right, I also struggled, to be honest. I'm like, wow. But along the way, I think learning journeys like this, you have to go through that panic zone. Once you go through and set the appointment, you can close the deal. And like, can work. It's all about working until that breakthrough moment comes for you. So no shortcut, Lawrence. It's all about practice.
Sure.
All about practice, going through the hard knocks, and just go. At the end of the day, right? So here's another point for you. I realized that the moment that you are desperate doing a sales call, that's the time that you will hear a bit more fidgety one. How to avoid yourself by being desperate on a sales call? Come back to the basic of sales, the pipeline, the breathing, the breath of every single business is your leads. The more leads you have, the less desperate in your sales call. The more calm you are, and the more flexible you become. The moment you got very limited leads, because you tell yourself, Lawrence, I cannot lose. I must be able to set appointment. Cannot. This is like I only got 10 more leads. The moment you're desperate, you cannot think, attention span becomes shorter, stress becomes very high.
I think this is a very interesting tips because you need to actually continue to have more leads, keep growing and things like that. I think just curious that you have also been involved in this training and you also been doing sales yourself. What is the number one objection or rejection that you have gotten so far, that you have known so far?
They don't pick up my call.
Is that like
there's a form of rejection. I wouldn't say objection, because if you tell me I can talk, the moment you don't pick up the call, I cannot do anything. That is to me the toughest rejection, because it's beyond my control. Toughest objection. Toughest objection are probably, I'm not interested. They put down the phone because you have no
really?
chance to shop. You do a sale, you do a cold call, probably happen to you lah. Hot contact, warm contact, B2B very rare because B2B people represent company, so they are more. They have a brand behind.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. They put down the call. That's probably the toughest objection for me because I can't follow up. I cannot continue talking. Yeah.
So what would you do with this group of people that just say, or would you get back to them again, or you will have another different cold storage list?
I put that in cold storage. I focus on next one. No matter how good we are in sales call, right? It's all just to increase the probability.
Okay.
I'm glad some of you say that I'm pro. I still get rejected over the phone. I can do all my magic, but still sometimes I cannot convert. Now, it's all just to increase the probability. Now, it doesn't mean you learn this pitch, you do this sales call, you learn how the way to do closing, 100% closing rate. It's all just to increase the probability. Why? Because most of the time, if they are not the right customer audience, then they can choose not to buy now. So don't get frustrated over it. It's okay. Believe in this one thing called the SW policy. It's called some will, some won't, some are waiting. So what next? So our job is to find that hidden gem, to find the person who's ready to make the purchase. People like to buy. People don't like to be sold at. So your job is to look for the people who want to make a purchase. And out of 100, there are some people who are ready. Again, depends on the leads that you have. How quality is that? So the key is people reject you. Don't punish yourself. It's not worth doing that. I've had enough punishing on myself until I all got a lot of holes already. Just move on next. Don't attach your own confidence with the result of the call. Never get appointment is never get appointment. Don't go and say I'm not good enough. I think my English not good. Not related. Be unattached the result. Don't get personal. Move on. Next one.
I think this is a very good example on this. People would not like to be sold at. They would like to actually purchase, and this SW policy is very good because we'll never know what actually people are thinking at the other end, or what are they actually digesting on the information that you are giving. Maybe one more question that I have from one of my followers here that actually mentioned.
Yep.
They actually mentioned about, you mentioned just now about leads, right? So leads is not so much about connecting, but this is also part of, getting leads for people to actually contact. So what are some very good lead generation methods that can be shared with our audience today?
Lead magnet, we call it lead generation lead magnet. Very good form of lead magnet such as ebook, article, videos, where you get people to download, people to trigger. I do that. I openly tell people that's my lead magnet. And because I believe that my ebook video helps in people. So long as your lead magnet adds value, people will opt in. Again, repeat ebook, articles, or video. And basically, then you say, for those who want to copy, drop us your number. For those who want to copy, drop us your email. So these are some for lead magnet that we can do. So if you have continuously have leads, right, then you don't have the stress of not enough leads. Because when you have stress in business, so then we say we are not rational. Sometimes we get very nervous. We are not calm. So leads, ebook, videos, articles are very handy. Now here's an interesting thing. Now the key to getting continuous leads is to always provide value to people. Okay, again, I always say this. Look at our profile, look at our page. I would like to always think that our profile is like a library.
Yes.
The moment people search, is your library full of information or your library full of brochure? If your library is full of brochure, chances are, the guy is trying to sell me something. But if your profile is full of information, is full of videos, tips, right? People have more connection because people find that you can add value. And again, I'm speaking this based on high ticket B2C and B2B industry.
Yeah, I think this is so important, giving value, because nowadays, a lot of people, there are so many things online, there are so many things, so many choices, there are so many different types of products, even products, right? So it's now how do you be different from other people and how your things are giving actual value to them. I think this is very good. And Wesley, thank you so much. We have spent almost an hour. I'm
Wow.
just going to yes. I think actually this is what My Printers and Vision Alliance plans to continue to do for this week. So I really hope before we end, I have another question, but I just want to say this to all our audience. Please share with your friends. Please share with whoever that you have. I just want, we just want more people to actually learn as much as they can, so that I think MCO hopefully is going to end soon. These are some very good strategies and tools that we can use in our business or in our job. And before my last question, actually Natalie gave a comment. So cold call is the best tool. Cold call is the best tool for marketing to reach more people in better engagement. Once open the conversation, people will be aware and understand. Get the good, say how are you? Yes, thank you so much, Natalie. Definitely. At this very difficult time, people want to be taken care, want to be cared of. I will be happy if people want to ask me how am I. Wesley.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right. So Wesley, you see now I'm sure that everybody is affected by a pandemic. People are affected by COVID. MCO is uncertain. People are maybe not doing very well. Business are closing now. So maybe do you have some advice, for salespeople out there? As much as they also want to do sales, for their business or even for their company. So what are some of your advice in terms of, actually this is a very difficult period. This is a very special period. What are some of your advice for them?
Is it related to sales call, or can we just anything?
Yes. Yeah, sales call.
Sales call. So long as you got this, you can do sales. So long as you have this device, you can do sales. So a lot of salespeople say, Wesley, very hard lah, cannot lah, now not the right time, nobody want to buy. We have been using this device for so long to make money for us. And it's all just about putting a number and making a call. I totally agree with what Natalie said. Cold call or even call is the best tool for marketing to reach for better engagement. People like to be connected. People like to be validated. People like to talk to people. So a call is a magic. Perhaps I like to tell people, your voice is the most powerful weapon, the most powerful tool in sales. You just need your voice and your phone. That's all. So because why? And again, sales call is so important. You get people to talk to you. And I thought of just expanding this, since Lawrence is talking about this topic about engagement. Natalie pointed out a very good point. People will be aware, understand the good, say, how are you? Now, if you don't want that sales call that train to translate into appointment, right? You can do a sales call that asks people, hey, I just want to understand what problem that you have. And you don't sell. Okay, there's another version of sales call, validation call, which means, right, you go there, hey, how are you? Don't worry, I'm not here to sell. I'm just here to just gather. We have this product recently, right? And we just want to get some market feedback, and we just want to hear about your thoughts. Then you do just to discover what they want, what problem they have, what are they doing. So that's a lighter version of doing a sales call, just to do a validation and to know what the market is all about.
I think, thank you so much. I think you have shared a very good example. You have shared a very good thing about using your phone, because everybody, this phone is just, there for you to actually start connecting with people. But Wesley, I really want to spend another hour with you to learn about all these things. These are, crazy things that I think even I myself need to learn. Well, to our audience out there, we're going to do something different this time. We're not going to, I think, again, I hope that, although MCO is going or not going to be extended, I want all this audience, all of you Malaysians, to stay safe, to continue to be at home. But I really want to say this. I think, Wesley, I've not shared this with you, but I think let's just do this differently. All right?
Okay.
Whatever that we have posted, whatever that we have do live today, it will not be retained in My Printers website. It's not going. We're not going to leave it at the Facebook. We're just going to take it down right after this. So for our audience there, I want you to take action. I want you to take action. I want you to take the link. Click on the link. We're going to have a series of 5 days over talking about only action, no motivation. We're going to talk about how to create the best videos. We're going to talk about a lot of other things as well, how to do the best pitchings, etc., etc. So we're gonna do a little bit different. So I hope people who are watching this take the link down, click on the link. After 12 midnight today, we're going to take down this interview. We're going to see how much people are really actually taking action. And once you fill up the link, we will send you the summary of today's session. And I think, Wesley, you want to share a little bit about your ebook?
All right, sure. And so what we have just posted right there, I don't know about this. So Lawrence also coming with something new. And yeah, so for those of you here whom you want to benefit more in terms of more sales strategies, so I have created an ebook, and this ebook is not based on motivation. It's based on strategies that we can do for the next 14 days in order for us to create personal breakthrough, sales breakthrough, and online presence. So click on that link, tiny.cc sales and marketing. So in that, you will be seeing a Google form. We have the particulars, and then you can decide whether you want to focus more towards the sales. There's a webinar for you to attend, or you want to have the marketing. Then you can talk to the marketing for marketing ideas. So click on that link. More than happy to address to seeing you in the link. All right. And again, I also want to do a little things here right here today because I was asked to do today's Facebook Live. And I've never shared like this before though, Lawrence. Never shared so detailed before over Facebook Live. It's also my first time. Thank you for the chance, right?
No. Right. I need to thank you because I want not only that we are giving value to people, and we also want people to actually take action. We also want people to come in and tell us, Lawrence, Wesley, you did a fantastic job. We need more content about this. We need to learn more of other things so that we can create the best content that suits you. So for those who are also following our Facebook, please go on to our YouTube channel, MyPrintist School of Life, and also follow us at MyPrintist Telegram channel so that you will get updated with our latest videos, our latest activities, and our latest programs. So again, thank you so much, Wesley, for your time. Thank you for the sharing. I know, like I said, when I seen your slides, I know that this definitely will help a lot of people because I have not seen your slides before. So this is very good. So for all of you, go to the link, click on the link, just say you want us to send you the ebook and the summary, and Wesley's team will be in touch with you. So for else, we will do this every day, and I'll see you tomorrow at 10 p.m. Wesley, any other things that you want to say before we go off?
No. So see you all tomorrow at 10 o'clock, right? So we're gonna do more exciting stuff. I'm not too sure what. I think we have video and some of business pitching. So and again, like what Lawrence say, so moving forward, purely strategy. So I hope that today I've set a good example. Right. So after this, we all about strategy session because enough of learning. Time to go back to details, go into action, and let's close some sales.
Yeah, all of them will go through my screening. I will make sure that all our MyPrintist audience get to learn something. So for that, thank you so much. And I hope everybody continue to stay safe. And I'll see you tomorrow at 10 p.m. Signing off, Lawrence and Wesley. Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.